What you doing?
Well, I have
Whether
I have an autobiography I've finished and worked on, but I don't know if I'm going to release it or not because it's my lawyer tells me it's way too dangerous to release it. So litigious. So I'll wait till I
uh,
die to put it out. I guess my kids
what
will
a,
benefit from it.
there you go, right? Good evening and welcome to Laughing Monkey Music. Geoff Tate, welcome back. How are you?
Hey, nice to be here. Nice to be here, Sean. Good to see you.
Well, I'm good to see you. I'm glad to be back. I was saying earlier I saw you on your tour last year and it was fantastic. I was
Thank
lucky
you.
you and Boyd hooked me up and got me some seats to Fairfield. So thank you. I appreciate it. So new album. We talked about it last time. I was excited about it.
hmm I
It's
probably didn't
out.
have much. I didn't probably have much to say about it last time because, of
No,
course, we
you said
hadn't.
you had one song coming out, and then you're like, "There's a song coming out like in a couple days," and then like a week or two went by, and I'm like, "Hey,
Yeah,
where's that song?" And it didn't come for a lot longer. I was like, "Oh
yeah.
man."
Me too.
So, it, well, I mean, it's been a labor of love. I think with it, of course, the internet's. I think we were in a weird spot releasing the album because the first album, people that even don't like rock like it. I mean, it's its own thing. Like, there's no way any band can ever get past a certain album with people like emotionally. So
Oh
for you to
yeah.
continue on, I think you were in a spot. To me, it's just a continuation with the story, different times of
Mhm.
life, music. It's all different. It's not connected to a copy of an album. So to me, I love it. And people expecting another first Mindcrime to sound like it at a different point in your life is ridiculous because that's not who you are. It's not the band. It's not anything. But you did capture the essence of it, and it still rocks.
Really, we're just trying to create the world in which the story takes place,
Yeah.
and it has that. It's very dark. It's chaotic. It feels like something is about to happen. Something's about to
Hmm.
blow up. There's an anticipation that just permeates the whole record. I think, which is what we were trying to do with it. And really just paint an audio picture of where the story takes place. And I think it's very reminiscent of the first two albums as well. Um, and then, you have to tell the story, what's happening with the characters and all that. So it's its own thing in that sense. The thing with music is a very, very personal journey.
Right.
And it's very, I think, impossible to dictate, what each individual is going to be able to understand or accept or
Mhm.
like, you know. So I've never written records for anybody but myself, really. I don't know any way to do it otherwise.
Right.
I don't make it to
Well,
please somebody. I do it because I kind of have to. It's part of me.
I think most artists, when they don't do it that way, they usually fail or they're unhappy because they're chasing that one thing, that one sound. Either their label wanted them to make a sound or they want to chase that one album that the fans did like. It doesn't mean it's better
Yeah.
or less. It's
Yeah.
just,
Labels don't really have anything to do with it anymore. Not for years and
no,
years
no, they
and years.
don't.
They've kind of gone by the wayside. Yeah. Intense pressure anymore like you used to, where you constantly had to be creating things and putting things out to fit the record company's fiscal calendar, right?
Mhm.
It's not about you as an individual. It's about them and pushing their fiscal agenda, really. And they get very irate when you don't follow through with the agreed upon plan. So there's no room for error. You have to be on it and be productive, all the time. And it's a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure.
Well, yeah, I know you talked about it in the past and you were very, like almost like responsible about, you felt responsible. Not a lot of artists felt that way about you know, following through and keeping the dates and stuff. You felt the pressure. So this one you did yourself, all you, right? If I'm correct, you financed it and put the whole thing out yourself, this album.
Yeah, we don't have a record label with this record at all. No, we're doing it completely ourselves.
How'd that feel? Exciting?
Feels
Scary?
great. Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
great, really great. Yeah, because you just when you want something done, you just do it. You don't have to make 17 calls to get the person that's supposed to be doing
Mhm.
it, up to speed on what's supposed to be happening. And yeah, you just you have your small team of people that you work with, and everybody's doing their best to get the record out.
The only
Works.
difference is you have to finance it yourself, obviously, and bet on yourself, which is what life
Yeah,
is, you
but
know.
geez, that's what we do.
No, I agree with you. I'm saying a lot of people, I don't think people really understand that because I've heard a lot of weird things like it's a cash grab, it's a this, it's a that, which to me is ridiculous. I mean, it's music, it's a
Cash
story.
grab.
Yeah. Did you?
That's
Yeah.
why I waited 18 years to do it. I waited 18 years, in between records for the cash grab.
Well, well, that's the first thing.
That
I mean,
makes a
this
lot of sense.
with your tourist programming thing you do and your wine company, I think of all the things you do, this would be the least thing you'd want to do to make money. I mean, it's music would be the easiest. It probably there's a lot of a million other things someone can do to make a cash grab. This is probably the more challenging in this market to make money, right? This is purely
Yeah,
passion
but
based,
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it to make money. Jesus, I
No.
don't need that kind of money.
No, but I mean, and also when an artist releases something, a cash grab, everybody makes money. Do people go to work every week? Oh, you get a cash grab. You could work 4 days and afford it. What's that fifth day? A cash
Mhm.
grab? Like, what's a cash grab? You just it's so ridiculous. When I heard that, I wanted to address it. Like, it's just nonsense. It's just a very personal story for you, and you just wanted to do it, and you funded it. I mean, that and at that point is if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. If it's a different point in their life,
That's the way. That's the way I've always done every record. If you like it, you like it. Great. If you don't, you don't. Maybe someday you will. A lot of people, kind of have to, in time, adjust their thinking about music and their taste
yeah,
change. And I remember there's many records that I heard first off that I didn't really connect with until
yep,
later at different times of my life. We had a record that Queensryche that came out years ago called Promised Land. And at the time, it just got tons of critiques about the album. And now people tell me, "Oh my God, it's one of my favorite records you guys have done." I didn't get it at the time because I wasn't old enough to understand.
right.
Now I get it. And that's just the way things work. if I was
I
so if I was so concerned with everybody's opinion about everything I did, I would never do anything.
So let's talk about the album itself because it looks like you're recording it. You had some stuff online where you did some, look like you're recording on the road a lot of it, right?
Yeah, recorded everywhere we went. It kind of had a birthplace in about 18 different countries because we recorded it, backstage in rooms like this,
Yeah,
um, in hotel rooms, at our homes, on the tour bus, on the airplane. Um, Part of it was recorded in a castle in France. Some of it was recorded at my villa in Italy. Geez, it's been everywhere.
right.
And I loved working that way because it, it, every day you get to set your gear up and record something, and maybe you get a guitar line, or maybe you
Hmm.
get a solo section, or maybe you write a new section for a song. It's not um, huge gains every day, but you just work towards the final goal, which is completing the song or completing the record in this case. And it's a wonderful way to work if you got the time and you don't have somebody's boot on your neck going, "Give it to me tomorrow." you know.
I would think it'd be inspirational too, depending on where you're at or what mood you're in. You could almost, color a little bit how you're feeling that day if you keep
Yeah.
doing different things. The
Well,
album
that's the
cover should
beauty
have been a
of
passport,
technology.
you know,
That's the beauty of
because it's been so long.
technology.
Yeah,
It gives you the advantage to work just about anywhere, and this record is proof of it. So many different places, so many different studios, um, bathrooms, dining rooms, you name it. Wherever we wanted to get a sound, wherever
yeah.
the sound was good, that's what we used.
The drums obviously weren't recorded on the road. What'd you do with the drums? Did you scratch tracks and then go back and then add them, or how'd you do that?
Yeah, we recorded. Yeah, we recorded drums on the road too.
Oh,
Yep,
you did? Oh wow, it's obviously the
everything.
studio's tight.
Yeah.
That's insane. The songs. Did you write up the theory or the idea of the story before the album and then
Oh
start
yeah.
crafting the
What I
songs?
what I typically do is I write an outline of what I want to try to write about, and in this case, it was a character study really of the Doctor X character. Because in the first two records, we don't really know who he is. We know his name, but we don't know his story. And he's just sort of this obviously powerful character who's just lurking in the background, making suggestions, and the suggestions become reality. And it actually made me stop and think, reviewing the first two records. I think, who is this guy? You know, we know a lot about Nicky because the first two albums are really
Yeah.
about him and his experiences and me and his experiences with Mary, but we don't know much about Dr. X. And so anyway, I started outlining who he was. Where did he come from? What's he all about? What's his story? And so out of the outline came all the individual songs, which if you think of in writing terms are like chapters in a book, you know?
Right.
And so, yeah, that's how it happens, and that's how it starts. And then as you sort of develop this character and these chapters, then the songs kind of take place because you find music to support that idea. You know, it's like an audio painting. You're painting what the character is going through or what they're dealing with or supporting what they say with the music. You know, have you ever watched a film without music? It's so
Yeah.
difficult to follow. It's completely dependent upon the acting, you know, and music plays a huge part in almost everything we do these days. You know, it's around us at all times. It's in commercials. It's in music that's in playing in restaurants and shopping malls. Wherever we go, there's music playing. It's a strange thing. It never has been like that ever, you know, in the history of the world. And here we are in the 21st century, surrounded by it.
I couldn't imagine not being around it. And
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I go through long periods of time where I try not to listen to music, and I make a point of it just simply because I want to live my own life, not be
Right.
influenced by what's going on because I'm really really affected by music, right? So
Okay.
I could be like walking down the street and a car goes by a stoplight or whatever and is blasting a song. I'm going to be affected by that. You know, it just takes me places. It takes my mind places. If people are having a conversation and there's music going on,
Yeah.
I miss all the conversation because my
Oh wow.
ear
Okay. That's
just
what you.
goes to
Okay.
the music. You know,
That's a little
I
different
can't
then. Okay. I
stop
guess
myself. So I have to wear these things, you know, to block out everything, right? So I can hear my own thoughts.
I think for me, like my hearing was going as I got older and tendonitis. So we got those things, the TV, the headphones, we can hear better because we're turning it up. And all of a
You know.
sudden, hearing the music full blast again with the movies,
Hmm.
everything was alive again. Like it was so intense.
Yeah,
Like you said, it really changes the movie's perspective.
it's shocking.
Um, yeah, it's insane.
Are you talking about your hearing? You
Yeah,
get tinnitus, you know? Yeah,
yeah,
I'm hearing Marshall amps from 1996 still
yeah.
every
Of
day.
the story actually becoming a book. I mean, a two perspective book. I mean, you got the three outlines of the world's best book,
Mm,
and you can do a two perspective. I mean, you've written it out almost, you know, Dr. X as a child
yeah,
influenced him into such a good story.
you should read the stuff that didn't make the album.
Really.
Oh, shocking.
Well, that's the thing. I think there's a lot more to it still. And obviously
Hmm.
you've got a lot more too. I think that obviously you had a lot more you had to cut out because you had to make it fit as a song.
Well, you
Was
know,
that a
the
challenge?
thing about writing music and lyrics to music is as opposed to writing a book or essay or something like that, is the music does a lot of the talking for you. It covers a lot of the emotional range of what you're talking about with the
Hmm.
writing. So you don't need as many words to tell the story, you know. But if you're writing a book or an essay, you have to fill in all that stuff. You know, you have to give background and motivation and characterization. You have to cover all those bases with the words. And when you write a song, you don't. You know, because the music does that for you. So it's a different kind of beast altogether. Writing a book is a challenging and a lot of work. I would think. I mean, I have never written a full
Would
book.
you do
I mean,
one? Would you do one?
well, I have
Whether
I have an autobiography I've finished and worked on, but I don't know if I'm going to release it or not because it's my lawyer tells me it's way too dangerous to release it. You know, so litigious. You know, so I'll wait till I
uh,
die to put it out. I guess my kids
what
will
a,
benefit from it.
there you go, right? What about something
Yeah.
like the Operation Mindcrime? Would you use something like that since you have kind of the outline, or is it just too intensive to sit down? I mean, it's a lot of work.
Well, it's actually been bought a few times by different companies and with the idea of making a movie out of it.
Mhm.
And then they lose their option because they can't come up with the financing or various things happen.
Right.
Stock market crashes. That's happened like 3 times. um, so yeah, it just hasn't had its time in the sun yet, so to speak. But I think at some point, it's going to be made into some sort of visual film or series or something like that. There's lots of people talking about it, and that's good. I'm glad about that.
Well, I mean, that would actually be really awesome here. I mean, because it would be a good, like, like a three-part trilogy. It would be such a good, strong story. And
Yeah, it would
I
be
mean,
very entertaining, I think, for people.
I think it'd be very topical too right now. I mean, it's clearly, it's very relatable, what you wrote
It's
about.
always
It's
been
not that
topical, hasn't it?
it has, but man, it feels so
Yeah.
close to home right now. That's not even funny.
Uh,
Like before, when you first with the first one, you're like, yeah, this is this, and it's, it's whatever, and it's Reaganomics, and it's this and that, and the government's here, and the world's there, and there's people all over the world, and governments and everything. And you're like, yeah, we know about it, but we don't have all the details. But as the years have gone on, we're like, man, talk about being spot on. It's not even a conspiracy. Like it's just right there in the newspaper today. You know,
oh yeah.
it's it's
We
it's
have a lot more
changed.
details nowadays, don't we? We have
Well,
so
too
many
many, right?
details, we don't know what to do with them all. Yeah,
That
it's kind
that's
of
that's the other problem.
overwhelming, isn't it? It's so overwhelming. What do? You want to know what's going on, but then now uh, with AI and this kind of thing, and the way the networks are set up, and who owns what, and who makes the decision about what story gets told,
Right.
you don't even know it's real anymore. So it's so confusing. It's so frustrating. You just end up sticking your head in the sand and scrolling through Facebook or Instagram for hours rather than.
I think that's what they want. I think you need to be able to cross-reference and put the time in and don't really look a bunch of different places. And it's a lot
Yeah.
of work to do that. And no one wants to do that. And then everyone just kind of gives up and then everyone kind of can do what they're going to do.
My
And
my
it's
my question is who is they?
I don't know, Dr. X, man. I don't know, man. Who is
It's,
Dr. X? People with money. I think it really just comes down to people with money. I don't think it comes down to any other countries. It's just who has the money. That's it. People with money want to keep the money. Just a few of them. And it all works off each other. But when you own stuff, you own it and they can control all the media. That's become
yep.
more and more possible, relevant, and it's not just, here and all around the world. And do you think AI is going to affect music as much as people are worried about?
Oh,
There's a
it's
lot of
massively
concern.
it's massively affecting our lives right now. Absolutely. The
But do
the
you think
biggest.
music as much though? I mean, yeah, it's
Oh,
affecting other
oh
stuff.
yeah. Oh yeah, because it's so easy to use it to write a song. It's so easy to use it and write anything. Come up with an ad campaign. Write an outline. You name it. It does the thinking for you. All you have to do is feed it. Certain amounts of information, and it does what you want it to do. And if it isn't, you just do it again and change it. Yeah. The seeds of doubt is what really gets me,
Yeah.
because now we're doubting everything we see, everything we hear. We don't know what is real. We don't know if CNN is real or is it fake news. We don't
Yep.
know what is going on with anything anymore. It's a massive doubt in everybody's minds, and that to me is the biggest problem with AI.
Yeah.
How do we all know what's real anymore? You know, I mean, look at me and my background here. This could be a simulated room. I could make it look any way I want to
You
give an
could.
image, to put forth a certain image. Look at you. You have a background too. What's real? Are all those guitars real? Or
Yeah,
what?
right. But
We
actually,
just
but yeah,
don't
it is.
know.
It's a photograph, but mine's poorly done because I'm not at home. But that is a real thing of a photograph. But you're right. That is actually a photo of something that's real. But
Yeah.
you know, it's definitely put a lot of doubt in stuff. I think that rock and roll, I say rock and roll, like people that want to sweat and play guitars on stage and stuff like that, has probably one of the best chances of staying closely to being authentic than most types of music. Because the fan base, right now at least, likes to have people that play and are authentic. And they're pretty aggressive at saying they don't want AI and they want to see a band on stage with guitars.
Mm.
Some music's like techno and stuff is going to be harder and you can replace and, pop bands.
Yeah.
But, you can't do an AI concert and AI is not going to tour. It's going to be on the radio, pop bands, but those pop bands aren't touring anyhow. Most of those, you know, what it'll do to
Yeah.
pop is really interesting.
I see your point, and maybe that is true with a very small section of the population now.
Oh yeah, definitely
Want
niche.
want to see guitars on stage, but it doesn't mean that what's coming out of those guitars is actually coming out of those guitars. It's
That's true.
absolutely everything is manipulable. Everything. So you just don't know, and people are getting so used to it now, and they're accepting of it. Look at the thing with like, there's this piece of technical gear you can get. It's called Autotune, and there's all these different
Oh yeah,
manufacturers that make it. And basically, if you can't sing, you just sing into this thing, and it puts you on pitch. So you can make the melody. You're not singing the melody;
of course.
the machine is, right? And you can tune it up or tune it down to certain degrees to make it a little less obvious that it's on. But you hear it in so many modern recordings now, right? Because you could take a very extravagant personality, somebody that's really lit up and on fire, right?
Right.
But maybe they're not a really trained or good musician. You really can't play or sing. So now you got this great tool, and it's massively accepted now with the population that's okay. And so you got somebody that has this big personality, but they can't sing, but that's okay because they don't have to.
Yeah.
Wow. What happened?
Do you? But I remember like Autotune came out to school for recording in the '90s, and one of the impressive things for an artist to do was to sing and one track, one cut, a couple cuts, live, that kind of stuff. And when I was in school, my teachers were recording a couple pop people. They actually had albums at the time. I'm not going to mention they were, and they're doing a line at a time for them. And Autotune had come out sort of around the time.
Mhm.
That's I remember like was it Tupac and that album came out in California. Like that's when Autotune they started playing with it. It had that kind of robotic melody to it. And they were kind of Autotune over the years has gotten better and better and better and better.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and you don't need engineers cutting and pasting things together as badly as was like one line at a time for some pop musician singer, the female singer she was.
Or
They just
one word
pasted
at a time. Yeah.
right. I mean, they're literally doing a word at a time. They said we spent the entire night just doing one word at a time because they could not carry a tune in a bag, and they were a popular singer, from
Oh
that
yeah.
then.
Oh, that's and they have the personality to support that.
Yeah,
Um we've been doing that in the studio since mid 80s,
yeah.
word by word recording, digital duplication and all that.
I think a punch in is
So
different though than
oh,
pasting it.
nowadays
Punch ins
it's
are way different though.
seamless.
Right.
Nowadays, so yeah, I'm talking, 30 years ago, we were doing it already, computers
Splicing
in
reel
the
to reel
studio.
punch in, right?
Oh yeah, making it
The razor splicing was the
making it all
worst.
making it all happen. Yeah, it used to be
Yep.
splice. What is so fascinating and somewhat frustrating with technology, keeping up with it. We all laugh at our smartphones. We're not smart enough to operate them, and they have all these hidden features that we don't find for years and years and years. But
Yeah.
all the kids know all about it, right? And they grab your phone and they go, "Oh yeah, you just do this," and they hand it back. Oh, how did you do that? Yeah.
Once I got music and I could call people, I was like, I'm done. I just want my songs on, a lot of songs, and I can make a phone call and
Yeah.
some pictures. I'm good. We can stop making it any better. But
If you
that's the
listen
age.
to uh, if you listen to the first Mindcrime album, it was recorded in 1987 and it was released in 88, and it is one of the first 5 digital recordings released in the world. Nobody had heard music recorded like that, digital. It had this sizzle, this brilliance. It was hard as
Bright, kind
nails,
of
right?
bright.
Yeah,
The album felt loud to me when
almost.
I first got it. I was like, wow, this
It's
just feels so
super
much
loud.
huge. It felt huge when I
Oh
got it
yeah.
in my
Oh
Walkman.
yeah. And I remember when we played it for the record company the first time, because that's what you had to do. You had to take your record into the record company and play it for them and sit
Yeah.
there nervously, while they, gave you the thumbs down or the
Thumbs.
thumbs up. And I'm sitting there with this, they cranked it up really loud, right? Yeah, because they said, "Oh, well, this is heavy metal, so we must put it up really loud, right?" So they put it on, and like within, I don't know, a minute, I started seeing people go like this. It was too much for them. It was too hard
Really?
and too digital. They haven't heard it before. Everybody was used to this warm analog sound,
Yeah.
that was completely different, right? So it was a cutting edge record in a lot of ways, and a lot of different areas, you know. But by comparison, I mean, this was like, I don't know, 38 years ago, almost 40 years ago.
Probably, yeah.
The analog to digital converters that we use nowadays are just, they're space age by comparison. The ones we were using in the 1980s are like prehistoric now, you know. Nowadays, the sound you can get is so much better, and it really is great with headphones. You know, the new record sounds phenomenal on headphones. It's so punchy and huge and has depth. And you listen to older recordings, and they just sound small and thin, you know.
Yeah.
By comparison, it's so strange, but that's technology, you know.
Or I think that the highs and lows were cut too. I think they've gotten better about managing the space of the sound too. The frequencies
Oh,
with the compression was weird. I think it was good at the time. It was amazing. But what they've learned to do with it is, yeah, this is the way it should be.
oh, they built better machines.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. But it was a good starting point. I mean, it was, and it was, a record was insane.
Who is
But
who is they, Shawn? Who is
I don't
they?
know, man. You got
They
that's your
keep
next
building
record.
these things, and
I don't even know the late. And it is funny though, isn't it? I mean, it is they. There's a they. They
it
and
is
them. I
actually
don't know
kind
who
of
it is.
it's a catchy title, isn't it? They.
They. That could be it. That could be your next album. So I want to keep close to the time window, but I do want to say, so with touring and you did a lot of operation, stuff. Is it going to be moving forward, working a lot of the new album with other versions of songs, or are you going to try, like, how are you going to do that moving forward? Because you were doing like
How we
the full theme of the album. You're an operation tour. You're gonna like kind of you're starting to work it out of your sets a little bit. You're going to start mixing it up.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We've added songs to our set to cover the new album as well. It's going great. People seem to really enjoy the new songs, which they're great. They're really fun to play, I tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very cool show. It's a very cool tour, and we're having a great time. You know, traveling around. I think we have like 2 weeks left in America before we head off to Europe for the summer, and then we'll be back in the fall, back in America for the fall.
Oh, good. Hopefully, I'll get to see you then. I want to tell people check out the album. It's good. I mean, fresh ears. It's not, you can't compare albums. Just enjoy the album. Enjoy the music. So, Geoff, I want
Thank
to
you,
thank
Shawn.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show and sharing your views. And
Oh yeah, sure.
I know.
Thanks for helping me vent my frustrations about living in the modern world.
Right? But people, Operation Mindcrime 3, and check out the others. Geoff, thank you for being on the show, man.
X.
Appreciate it. X, right?